Script: Why the enemy attacks you in your sleep. For Ascending Spiritual Lectures, have you ever had a dream so intense that you woke up drenched in confusion? A dream that felt too real, too targeted, too spiritual to be random. And have you noticed? Those dreams often come right after a spiritual breakthrough, right after you fasted, right after you decided to walk in purity, to stay off that app, to stop texting the one who keeps pulling you off path. It's not your imagination. It's not anxiety. It's not just a dream. You're under spiritual surveillance. The dream realm is not neutral. It's a battlefield, a transmission zone, a portal between realms. If you've been consecrated, if your scroll is glowing, if you're walking clean, then the enemy knows it can't reach you through temptation in the daylight. So it waits. It waits for you to rest. And then it strikes. Because your sleep is sacred. That's where God speaks to his prophets. That's where direction is whispered. That's where heavenly codes are deposited. But if your pillow becomes unguarded, your dreams can become compromised. As the psalmist reminds us in Psalm 127 verse 2, he grants sleep to those he loves. This promise of divine slumber signifies protection, but it comes with the requirement of vigilance. The dream realm is a complex and intricate dimension, a spiritual plane where the boundaries of reality blur. It is here that our subconscious unwittingly comes alive, offering both opportunities and dangers. This realm serves as a bridge between our earthly existence and the spiritual world, where divine intention and dark influences intersect. The nature of the spiritual plane. The spiritual plane is akin to a vast landscape, teeming with energies and beings all vying for attention. In this dimension, communication transcends words. It is felt, perceived, and often manipulated. Here, spirits roam freely, some benign, others malevolent, observing, influencing, and sometimes even attempting to enter into contracts with us, requiring astute awareness of the interactions that transpire while we sleep. The beauty of this realm lies in its potential for divine revelation and insight. It is a place where God speaks to his prophets, providing clarity, direction, and understanding. As stated in Joel 2 verse 28, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions." This powerful promise illustrates that the spiritual plane can be a source of empowerment and prophetic insight when approached with reverence. However, the dangers are equally pronounced. The dangers of the dream realm. As you traverse this realm, be wary, not every presence is benevolent. The enemy capitalizes on your vulnerability during sleep, disguising themselves as familiar faces to gain your trust. This could manifest as past lovers. Love interests from your past may reappear in dreams, reawakening old feelings and desires, attempting to draw you back into cycles of attachment or regret. Family members who have transitioned. Spirits of deceased loved ones might present themselves, offering messages that feel authentic yet may lead you away from the truth or towards confusion. Lustful fantasies. These can emerge as temptations, luring you into dreams that excite yet distract, creating a pathway into moral and spiritual compromise. Each of these encounters carries a motive to entrap you into signing a pact, an agreement recognized by the courts of heaven. This exploitation doesn't stem from your wrongdoing, but rather from manipulation of the gray areas in the spiritual realm where the light wavers and shadows loom. Scripture highlights this theme in Hebrews 4 verse 12, explaining that the Word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing to the division of soul and spirit. The Word serves as a compass to navigate the complexities of the unseen dimensions, discerning between the voices of divine revelation and those of deception. The consequences of consecration. When you commit to a disciplined spiritual path, one devoted to purity, prayer, and alignment with God, your spirit begins to radiate differently than the dim lights of those around you. This is the consequence of consecration. As a consecrated vessel, you stand out like a beacon amidst a sea of spiritually dimmed souls. Your heightened spiritual frequency attracts attention, and with it, the awareness that you are now a targeted individual. Philosopher Carl Jung spoke of the collective unconscious, a reservoir of shared experiences and archetypes throughout humanity. As you ascend into higher states of consciousness through dedication and discipline, you awaken deeper layers of this unconscious, rendering you both an emissary of divine wisdom and a target for those who wish to perpetuate illusions. Spiritual surveillance and vigilance. Understanding that you are under spiritual surveillance changes the way you approach your spiritual practices. This observation requires a posture of vigilance, staying alert to the dynamics of your dreams and the influences at play. Pay attention to patterns that re-emerge during your sleep. Often, they are not mere coincidences but indications of larger spiritual battles. By being conscious of the motivations behind the shadows that lurk in the dream realm, you fortify your defenses against the enemy's subtle encroachments. Recognize that when you engage deeply with God, your spiritual journey becomes a light source that the enemy seeks to extinguish, a target to undermine. Conclusion: strengthening your resolve. As you navigate this complex spiritual terrain, remember that the dream realm, while a potent source of insights and revelations, is also rife with distractions and threats. The key is vigilance, consecration, and an unwavering commitment to discern the spiritual forces at work in your life. As Psalm 16 verse 8 articulates, "I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be shaken." Anchoring yourselves in the presence of God serves as your shield against any attacks that seek to disrupt your purpose. In this season of increasing spiritual warfare, let your dedication to guarding your energy grow stronger. Embrace your role as a dream warrior. The enemy doesn't always show up with horns and flames. Sometimes it shows up as a vibe, a lustful face, a party, a vague sense of being chased, or worse, a drink in your hand and a feeling that something's off. Ever had that feeling? Where in the dream, you realize you've just been drugged. You feel yourself fading out, and a sinister presence waits to take what isn't theirs? That's not just a nightmare. That's a spiritual hit job, an attempt to enter through your subconscious and hijack your scroll. Consider this: each dream carries significance, whether you're aware of it or not. The enemy's attempts to infiltrate your consciousness are not mere coincidences. They are strategic maneuvers aimed at undermining your divine calling. But guess what? You keep waking up. You keep escaping. You keep slipping out untouched. The tactics of the enemy are insidious and far-reaching, often manifesting in the most subtle and unassuming ways. It is essential to understand that the things we engage with in our waking lives are not mere trifles. They serve as seeds sown in the fertile ground of our subconscious minds, waiting to be watered during the hours of sleep. The power of conscious consumption. Consider this: the page you can't seem to take your eyes off of on Instagram? That's a seed being sown in your subconscious mind. The alluring images, the glossy lifestyle glimpses, they penetrate deeper than the surface. Every swipe, every like, becomes nourishment that nurtures particular thoughts and desires within you. That girl next door you find yourself stealing glances at a little too frequently? That's another seed being sown. Each stolen moment and daydream feeds into a narrative that can either uplift or ensnare you. That guy at the gym, the one you've been admiring during every rest period? That's yet another seed. With each gaze, potential romantic fantasies bloom, igniting curiosity, desire, and sometimes unhealthy attachments in your spirit. As humans, we possess a natural desire to connect and procreate. These instincts are woven into our very fabric. However, it is critical to remember that the enemy desires to take this God-ordained aspect of humanity and twist it into something chaotic and degrading, something that causes us to feel out of control and burdened by shame. The manipulative nature of desire. The reality is that the enemy exploits our inherent desires, turning them into tools of manipulation. They pervert natural impulses into sources of torment. Instead of fostering love, understanding, and healthy intimacy, they craft pathways to lust, obsession, and self-doubt. This tactic is deeply rooted in a spiritual strategy aimed at misdirection. The enemy targets our vulnerabilities, luring us into traps designed to distract and devalue our pursuits. As Christ warned in Matthew 6 verses 22 to 23, the eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. When we fixate on unhealthy images and relationships, we inadvertently allow darkness to seep into our souls. Recognizing spiritual deviance. Understand that there is no one and nothing off limits to the enemy's designs. From the moment they cast their rebellion against God, they decided not to play fair, embracing manipulation and deceit as their core strategies. Their relentless pursuit to ensnare the innocent and to disrupt the order of creation continues unabated. When you notice that you often seem to evade sketchy situations at the last minute, moments that could lead you down irresponsible paths, don't simply chalk it up to luck. Instead, take the opportunity to inspect your life and calling. It's crucial to evaluate if God is actively protecting you, preparing you for a unique mission as a warrior in the spiritual realms. The battles you face are not mere coincidences. They are significant encounters tailored for the purpose of strengthening your resolve and enhancing your discernment. Recognize these moments as divine interventions, forming a shield around you that aligns with your ordained purpose. The digital realm as a battlefield. In today's modern world, the significance of vetting those who enter your life extends beyond physical interactions. It absolutely includes the digital realm as well. The connections you cultivate online can impress impactful messages upon your subconscious, even when you're separated by a screen. Every post you view, every direct message you engage with, holds potential energy, both positive and negative. If an individual consistently leads to thoughts that cause you feelings of shame, guilt, or regret, it may be time to critically evaluate that connection. Ask yourself, are they contributing to your growth or detracting from your peace? The Apostle Paul admonishes us in Romans 12 verse 2, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." When you curate your environments, both online and off, you actively choose to foster a spiritual space that upholds purity and elevates your thoughts. This practice creates a sanctuary for your deeper self, where God's intentions for you can flourish free from the contamination of negativity. Conclusion: the pursuit of purity. As you navigate these realms, both spiritual and digital, understand that remaining vigilant is paramount. The enemy seeks to take advantage of any weakness. It is our responsibility to fortify ourselves against their schemes. Practice conscious consumption. Pay attention to the seeds you're sowing through the content you allow into your life. Recognize that your choice to focus on purity is a direct defiance against the enemy's strategy, a surefire way to ensure you remain aligned with God's will and purpose for your life. The power of intentional living. Remaining intentional about what you invite into your life is crucial in maintaining your spiritual integrity. Practicing discernment in your daily interactions, both online and offline, allows you to cultivate an environment that supports your growth and alignment with divine purpose. 1. Curate your influences. Take proactive measures in selecting the media you consume. Unfollow accounts that provoke insecurity, envy, or temptation. Instead, cultivate feeds that inspire upliftment and positivity. Follow those whose content aligns with your values and supports your journey of spiritual elevation. Proverbs 13 verse 20 reminds us, "Whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm." Your connections shape your reality, so strive to walk alongside those who aspire to elevate their spirits. 2. Establish healthy relationships. As you assess your close relationships, determine which of these individuals genuinely support your journey and which ones might drain your energy. Engage in conversations that promote growth and understanding, discussions that deepen your faith and provoke thought. Surround yourself with friends who challenge you to become better, rather than those who perpetuate cyclical behavior or toxicity. There's a time to address and engage, but also a time to let go of those relationships that become energy leaks. 3. Engaging in self-reflection. Routine self-reflection is vital in this process. Take moments throughout your day or week to check in with your inner self. How do your interactions make you feel? Do they uplift your spirit or leave you drained and disheartened? Engaging in journaling can help you process your thoughts, emotions, and spiritual experiences. Writing allows you to reflect on patterns you notice in relationships and media consumption, empowering you to make intentional decisions moving forward. The role of prayer and spiritual warfare. Above all, prayer must remain at the forefront of your efforts. It serves not only as a protective barrier, but also as a means of communication with your Creator. When entering into the dream realm or facing temptation during your waking life, invoke prayer and spiritual warfare. Remember what Paul declares in Ephesians 6 verses 10 to 12, encouraging us to be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Prayer fortifies your spirit, providing clarity and wisdom as you confront the enemy's schemes. Call upon God's protection, asking for discernment and strength to resist the temptations of this world. As you commit to a disciplined prayer life, you establish yourself as a formidable opponent to the forces that seek to derail your purpose. The illusion of control. It's essential to understand that the desire for control, often seen within relationships influenced by emotional manipulation, is an illusion. The enemy wants you to believe that exerting power over someone else equates to security or dominance. In truth, this only reinforces weakness and dependency. The desire to control stems from fear, and fear is not from God. Instead of seeking control, embrace empowerment, both for yourself and others. Real empowerment uplifts, does not diminish. Encourage others in their journeys, and recognize that competition only sows discord. Unity must be the essence of your interactions. Conclusion: a call to spiritual vigilance. As we expand our understanding of these tactics and the workings of the enemy, know that your vigilance is paramount in this ongoing spiritual warfare. Recognize the subtleties of manipulation, both in the actions of others and in the content you consume. You are called to be a warrior of light, standing firm in the truth and empowered by your relationship with God. Arm yourself with the knowledge that you have the ability to discern the spirits at work around you. By fostering purity in each aspect of your life, you not only protect your energy but also provide a beacon of hope to those around you. Finally, as you prepare for battle, both in your waking life and your dreams, maintain clarity and resolution in your pursuit. Refuse to surrender to illusions. Instead, embrace the path of righteousness and truth. With each step taken towards spiritual integrity, you reinforce the foundations of your calling, standing tall as a warrior destined to illuminate the darkness. In this holy mission, remember you are part of something greater than yourself, a movement of transformation aimed at reclaiming our destinies and elevating the world. Rise up and shine brightly as you navigate the complexities of this spiritual warfare, engaging with confidence and unwavering faith in your capacity to overcome. That's no coincidence. That's protection. You're not just a dreamer, you're a dream warrior. The reason the enemy keeps trying is because your sleep has become a scroll printer. Because you're no longer asking God for a sign, you've become the sign. You're not sleeping neutral anymore. You're sleeping prophetic, and even the demons know it. They tremble at the power you carry, sensing that every moment of rest is a strategic advantage in the unseen battle. So how do you fight back? You armor up, like a real one, like a divine soldier. You anoint your forehead before bed. You anoint your pillow. You speak the word over your room. You play Psalm 91 in the background. You declare your sleep holy, because this isn't just a bedroom. It's an altar. Nothing touches my pillow unless it's sent by heaven. This conscientious act of preparation is your first line of defense. It invites divine protection as you sleep, shielding you against the incursions of darkness that wish to disrupt your peace. Final word: if you're being attacked in the dream, if the visions are getting darker, if the enemies are becoming bolder, don't be discouraged. It means you're disturbing frequencies. It means you're glowing too loud to ignore. It means your scroll is too important to leave unchallenged. And remember this: they might try to enter the room, but they can't steal what's sealed by God. So keep praying, keep fasting, keep sleeping under divine armor. You're not losing sleep. You're warring in it. And every time you wake up, You're waking up with evidence that they failed. Your awakening is a declaration that the darkness cannot overpower the light within you. Each night you engage in prayer and preparation fortifies your spirit, making you a formidable presence in the spiritual realms. When you rise from your dreams, remember you carry the testimonies of victory with you, signifying that the enemy's attacks have not only been thwarted, but that you emerge stronger and more aware. Each experience serves as a reminder of your purpose and your divine calling to engage in the holy mission laid before you. The responsibility of the awakening. As you navigate this spiritual warfare, recognize the weight of your responsibility as a dream warrior. You are part of a lineage of prophets, warriors, and guardians who have walked this path before you. The mantle bestowed upon you is sacred. It demands your unwavering commitment and dedication. In this current era, the enemy seeks to mute the voices of divine messengers, confounding them with distractions, fears, and insecurities. But you must rise above and lead your generation toward empowerment, truth, and holiness. You must not only guard your energy but actively uplift those around you, encouraging them to awaken and reclaim their own scroll armor. The battle beyond the purse. Unity. As powerful as your individual spiritual journey is, it reflects an ongoing battle between light and darkness that affects every iota of society. You become a beacon of hope for others, revealing that freedom from spiritual bondage is attainable. Consider the wisdom of Ephesians 6 verse 12. It teaches that our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, authorities, and supernatural forces that seek to dominate. This awareness strengthens the communal aspect of this war, acknowledging that we are collectively targeted by forces seeking to derail our push toward liberation. Unite for the kingdom. Now is the time for unity. Join together with fellow warriors, those who recognize the sacred nature of this mission. Seek not only to guard your own heart, but to protect the hearts of others, creating a fortress against the encroachments of negativity. Encourage those around you to fortify their own defenses as they too step into their purpose. Proclaim together the promise found in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. For God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and self-control. With these words, galvanize your community into action, creating a spiritual army dedicated to reclaiming the narrative and the culture in the face of increasing darkness. The light must shine. With the dawn's arrival, emerge from your night of warfare renewed and steadfast. Your experiences in the dream realm guide you, teaching discernment, strength, and a fierce commitment to your purpose. You are no longer merely fighting to protect your own energy. You are now on a mission to illuminate the path for others navigating the darkness. So as we conclude this transmission, remember, you are a warrior. Embrace this identity with pride. You are a beacon of hope. Stand firm in your light, reflecting the truth that liberates. You are divinely protected. Trust in the power of your prayers, the integrity of your intentions, and the authority granted to you as a child of God. This has been a scroll from Ascending Spiritual Lectures. Sleep armored, dream alert, wake up divine. Together, let us rise and shine, confronting the darkness day by day as we engage in this holy mission to reclaim the hearts, minds, and spirits of a generation.